It's now time for a sorry to see you leave psalm.
Every day should be Earth Day. Every day should be Earth Day. 'Cause some of you don't treat our Earth great. So every day should be Earth Day.
Elijah, I swear your psalms are super timely because Earth Day is this week.
Really? Wow, I didn't know that. I was just inspired by the Earth.
This week, for Earth Week, we are going to come together to volunteer for Earth Day Volunteer Day.
Earth Day Volunteer Day? Who came up with that stupid title?
You did, remember?
Are you implying that I'm stupid to come up with that name and then stupid to not remember that I came up with that stupid name?
I think you were too busy texting your criminal boyfriend to think too hard about the name.
Well, I was probably just thinking hard, just not about the Earth.
We're all going to gather to pick up trash and landscape the church.
Wait, landscaping? That sounds like you're trying to get free work out of us.
Charles, you're being ridiculous. Just keep drinking from that flask of yours and be quiet.
That I can do. Glug, 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 glug.
Along with volunteer work, we are going to plant a tree to symbolize our commitment to the earth.
I have a question.
Dorothea, I thought we talked about asking questions in the middle of my sermon.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Well, now I can't concentrate on what I was saying. What's your question?
Where are we going to plant the tree? There's no green space on the church.
Great question. Sorry for doubting you, Dorothea. We are going to plant a tree in the old garden.
The old garden? Didn't Communist Derek burn the garden down while reenacting the Bay of Pigs?
To be fair, the garden was already ruined by the bourgeoisie scum who put salt in the ground.
We salted the garden for a ceremony.
No wonder none of my plants grew in that soil.
You plant things?
Liv, did you think I didn't have hobbies? Like that I'm just some slutty gay man? Liv, sluts can have hobbies. Thank you, my fellow slut.
Well, talk about our garden being the salt of the earth. I'll have Carol Ann till the soil this week so that plants can grow.
Oh, not to be an interruptive Isabella, but I don't think my back is good enough to be tilling the soil.
Carol Ann, Jesus, Buddha, and Allah all tilled the soil. Why can't you?
Well, I don't remember reading about tilling in any religious text.
Earth Day Volunteer Day will start at 10 in the morning. It will culminate in all of us planting an oak tree. We ask that you all show up. There will be snacks.
I can get us another meat platter.
Oh, a meat platter.
I hope it's the good meat.
Wasn't Bacon Ginger vegan protesting a fish fry?
Alright, though, them showing up with communion crackers, that's not a meal.
Finally, a good reason to show up to one of these events.
A tree planting? That sounds like an event that needs good entertainment.
Exactly, so do you, know anybody who fits the description of being a good entertainer?
Well, I'd love to entertain the thought of a certain church celebrity who sings.
Also, our very own Socialist Dave will be running a Healthy Habits course this Friday night. Not only do we need to take care of the earth, but we need to take care of our bodies.
A socialist telling me what I should put in my body, not over my gun-holding dead body, he won't.
James, please, we talked about this. I want you to die in your sleep. Sooner rather than later.
James, I know we don't agree politically, but I think we can all agree that vegetables are the key to an equal, healthy lifestyle. Vegetables? Like that kale or carrots?
You don't know how to say carrots?
The only vegetable I know is potatoes. Potatoes are a very bad vegetable, truly not equal to leafy greens. Potatoes were the reason we won Korea.
Garfield, I think we ought to take you to that, Healthy Habits course too. My good buddy James is right. Potatoes are why we won Korea. And we won the Vietnam on corn.
But we didn't win Vietnam.
We ain't gonna win the Vietnam with that attitude coming.
Wait just 1 minute. I'm the commie. Socialist Dave is, at best, a socialist.
Garfield, sweetie, we are all worried about you. You had a heart attack not too long ago, remember?
Blame Gladys. She almost killed me because she wanted an orgasm. Wanted one? Oh, I'd kill for one.
Besides, Garfield, you eat a lot of McDonald's.
Don't blame me. Who says no to a 4 for 4 special? And then 2 for 1 on those apple pies. Denise is... I hate saying this, God curse my soul, but she's right, Garfield. You need to be healthier. Even that land on the lake's place where they make butter is healthier than you. Oh, I love me some butter.
Instead of butter, I use margarine. Get it? Margarine? Margarine? 'Cause I'm Marjorie?
Garfield, I know you love butter. Why, the other day I watched you smear 4 packs of butter on a Cracker Barrel biscuit. And then you made a comment about buttering my biscuit. I like that part of the whole thing.
All right, Denise, keep it in your granny panties. And when did you two go to the Cracker Barrel?
We had some free time after we went to Walmart.
Cracker Barrel, Walmart. The lack of class around here astounds me.
Oh, but Agnes, weren't you shopping at 5 and Below yesterday?
I thought 5 and Below was a reference to 5 stars. Anywho, I'll be hosting my Healthy Habits course on Friday night. There will be free food.
What kind of free food?
Carrots and celery. That's not human food, that's what you feed to rabbits.
Well, last night you were certainly quite hoppy, Garfield.
Jesus Christ, is Denise the biggest slut in this church?
Definitely. That's so unfair. I'm the biggest slut in this church. I'd compete for the biggest slut in this church, but I'm currently in a monogamous relationship, so...
Socialist Dave, who's paying for the free food?
I got a sponsor, the Socialist Diet Club, which is a club I started here at the church, ran by me.
I'm the vice president.
I knew it! They're trying to convert us to socialists and communists!
Garfield, you said the same thing at the drag show. That people were trying to make you gay.
And I wore those heels for a week after that show. If I would have had all my toes, they never would have fit.
Mass is dismissed.
Well, I don't really care for trees. I don't really care for trees. I mean, Socialist Dave really does have a thin body.
I'm the vice president.
I mean, it's free carrots and celery. I guess I'll show up.
There's nothing else I'm doing that night, so I don't care. I'm old, I don't go anywhere.
Pastor, I have a complaint. The tree shouldn't be an oak tree, it should be a rowan tree, one of the most bewitching and spiritual trees out there.
Wait a minute. The tree should be a willow tree. It's perfect for shade and writing sad poems about what it's like being 19 and in love with a 32-year-old construction worker.
No, we have a different idea. Wow, babe. Wow.
Pastor, don't listen to these witches.
Did you just call us bitches?
No, I said witches. Jeez. Pastor, the tree should clearly be a Japanese maple. I mean, have you seen those gorgeous trees? It would be truly inspirational.
Some say things around here get inspirational.
So Alice wants a rowan tree, Pagan Ginger wants a willow tree, Chet wants a Japanese maple, and Justin and Justine, you want...
Pastor, Justine and I think that we should have a marijuana tree planted to celebrate Earth Day.
Oh my gosh, you two are clearly thinking of yourselves.
Says the girl who wants a tree that suits witches.
Chet, I will hex you.
Oh, Alice, can I put a spell on Chet?
Janice, I thought I told you to wait in the car.
Yeah, but all the windows are rolled up.
Janice, you are 35. Roll down the windows in the car. You can do it yourself.
I tried, but I didn't know what spell to use. I tried the Alberto spell, and nothing happened. I don't know, maybe my wand's broken.
Well, I hate to break the news, Justin and Justine, but there's no such thing as a marijuana tree, and it sounds like you're high as a kite for even suggesting we should plant a marijuana tree.
Pastor, explain this picture I found online of this marijuana tree.
That's a drawing, not a picture.
Wow, it looks so lifelike, though.
It's a stick figure tree.
Besides, we can't grow a pot plant anyway, no judgment, but that would look really bad for the church. Although, no judgment if you do smoke pot.
Sorry, I was hitting this pipe. What were you saying, Pastor?
I love the idea of weed, but I still think a willow tree is the best.
Pastor,
Willow trees
Justine
are
and I
really
think
the
that we
best,
should have a marijuana
and
tree
they're the
planted
great
to celebrate
option.
Earth.
All right, everyone, be quiet. I can't handle this. I have things to do today. Like what? I'm going to see my friend.
More like Pastor's gonna go make out with her boyfriend while listening to Bon Iver. Ugh.
Are you seriously not going to address this major concern, Pastor?
I will let Liv decide what species of tree we will plant on Saturday.
But Liv's gone.
Typical Liv. She'll be back tomorrow morning and she'll handle it then, all right?
You're making Liv. Liv as in our secretary Liv. Handle the tree situation? I think you're barking up the wrong tree, Pastor.
I'd say in chat, but I'm off to see Desmond.
Oh, you're not gonna out-boyfriend me, sister. I have to go see, smell, and touch my boyfriend.
Pastor Elijah made the church non-denominational made of birch.
They hired Liv, a new secretary, after the old one stole money unfairly.
Carol Ann volunteers, Marcy runs the choir. Jonathan doesn't work, yet he's still hired. There's no judgment at the non-denominational. Some say things around here get inspirational.
Thanks for coming to get Starbucks with me today. Carol Ann accidentally got me a coffee when I told her I'm on a strict tea regimen.
Oh, no worries. I'm trying to avoid the rectory today. Pastor Jamie is giving me the task of picking what type of tree to plant on Saturday.
Ooh, didn't we already decide to plant an oak tree?
When was the last time this church did the most minuscule thing without a series of complaints from parishioners who appear to have nothing better to do than complain?
Don't get me started on the SCONE book club we had to shut down.
What's weird is Pastor usually loves to handle disputes with the teens. She says it builds character.
Well, I'm sure she'd rather spend time with Desmond than listen to what species of tree we should grow in our salty barren garden.
Oh, well, do my fine-tuned ears deceive me? Of course not. These ears did win the Golden Tune Ears competition at the state fair.
Oh my gosh, that's Rachel Ryans.
Who?
Rachel Ryans, my college a cappella nemesis.
The one you're competing against in the regional district multi-faith singing competition semifinals?
Exactly.
Elijah, isn't it lovely to see you? You look as sharp as a sharp E chord.
Oh, Rachel Ryans, you look as plain as a basic C chord.
Sorry I didn't get back to you on that drunk voicemail you left me the other day. I was on a cruise called Florida Keys and Piano Keys. They had me as the star performer of the show, and I totally forgot to call you back.
Well, I'm just glad your cruise made it back to shore and didn't crash against a large random rock in the ocean, causing the ship to explode and leave everyone stranded before succumbing to the harsh sea and salt water.
And who is this fine instrument of a lady? I didn't know you had found someone.
No, this is my colleague.
I'm Liv. Nice to meet you.
I'm Rachel Ryans. Elijah and I went to school together.
I heard.
I was the president of the religious girls a cappella group, Hymns and Hers. Elijah was the president of the boys a cappella group, Psalm Thing Psalm.
Oh, that second name doesn't do it for me.
That's what I told Elijah. Psalm Thing Psalmed? Sounds like someone with a lisp is trying to speak, but you know how Elijah is.
What are you doing here, Rachel Ryans? Did you finally get fired from teaching music lessons, and now you have to work at this Starbucks like everyone else with a music degree?
No, I'm just here to get some tea before work. I'm actually not teaching at the university anymore.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that they've upped their standards for teaching, and you were fired for not meeting those standards.
I have to say, Elijah, you always manage to whip me into a frenzy.
I hope you mean a musical frenzy.
You know it.
Oh boy, do I know it.
Oh, you know it.
Girl, you know I'm gonna show it.
Listen, can we wrap up this reenactment of West Side Story? I unfortunately have work to do. Wow, that felt weird saying out loud.
It's so good to see you. Maybe I'll run into you another time before the Regional District Multi-Faith Singing Competition semifinals. I'd love for you to hear some of my performance selection.
Perhaps. I don't want you to ruin what's already going to be a lukewarm production from you, so maybe we should wait till the actual competition.
I can't wait to hear what soggy psalm your phlegm-covered vocals pop out this year. But until then, voila. Liv, it was great to meet you. And if you're actually dating Elijah...
Oh, I'm not dating Elijah.
Well, if you do end up dating Elijah...
That's not gonna happen.
Well, I'm just trying to give you advice.
But I don't need it, because I will never date Elijah.
All right, Liv, we get the point.
Well, if you and Elijah ever do end up together, make sure to never ask Elijah about our senior year at the spring sing-off back in college. He hates that.
Well, what happened?
Let's just say I had one of the girls from Hymns and Hers accidentally trick Elijah into falling in love with her. And then she broke up with him before the spring sing-off, which caused Elijah...
I have a trend of black tea, no water, light ice, with 7 pumps of honey blend, 2 pumps of raspberry, 4 packets of sugar in the raw, and an avocado blonde ristretto shot, and a nitro lid.
Well, there's my simple tea. It's been great seeing you, Elijah. Ciao.
Gosh, isn't she just the worst?
She made one of her a cappella friends pretend to fall in love with you? That's like a major yikes. And that tea order was, like, very obnoxious. Who gets tea like that? I have a venti green tea, extra ice with 6 honey packets, not pumps, 4 stevia, sub water for guava juice, 1 scoop strawberry inclusions, and 1 blackberry in a Trenta cup.
Oh, that's me. Thank you, I'm parched. I'm so bored, Liv.
Well, why don't you digitize these files?
Liv, I'm not the staff of Forensic Files. I don't digitize files.
Liv, please tell me you've decided to get us a rowan tree.
No, we clearly need to get a willow tree.
Who wants those trees when we can plant a large bush of marijuana?
Marijuana is a plant, not a tree, not a bush. But if we can't do a willow tree, weed is a good option.
Exactly. Marijuana and Earth Day are like perfect. Just like Justin and I.
Babe, I'm so going to take you out tonight for some dinner. How does a sheet pizza sound?
Liv, please. You have to agree with me that a Japanese maple tree is the best tree ever. Although not opposed to the weed either, I have to say.
Here's what I'm going to do. You guys have the rest of the day to come to an agreement on what one tree we are going to plant. And it cannot be weed. I mean, weed isn't even a tree. It's like a shrub or something. And as much as I'd love free weed, trust me, Pastor has made it clear that we're not planting weed. Pick a tree. Any tree.
How are we going to decide, Liv? Just look at these bullies.
To be honest, Alice, you're the bully of the group.
Yeah, the rest of us are just high as hell and low-key.
I am going to string you up and smite you, and any potential offspring you have for those comments, you weed heads.
Here's a laptop that was donated to us by Michelle Obama's Laptops for Broke Organizations program. You have until tonight to pick one tree to order with the Amazon Prime account information that we lifted from Cocktails by Cookies. Do I make myself clear?
Fine, I guess Justine and I will work with these vagrants.
Do you really think that's going to work, Liv?
Just sit there and do some work, okay? And watch how my negotiation skills work.
Oh, I'll sit here, but I'm not doing any work. Oh, good evening. Liv, it's after 5 p.m. What are you still doing here?
I'm waiting on Alice, Peg and Ginger, Chet, Justine, and Justin to decide what tree we're going to plant for Earth Day.
Oh, well, I've always been fond of redwoods. I gave birth to my second child underneath a redwood tree. Carol Ann, you know I hate to hear sex talk around this office. Well, not to be judgy, Jonathan, but you talk the most about the dirty deed. That's part of my job at this church. Carol Ann, I'm here to educate people on the spiritual deed of the sack.
Who hired you to be the SCONE sex education counselor?
Well, I hired myself because someone needed to do something.
So instead of doing something of use, you're just giving out unwarranted sex advice without any true qualifications? Like Dr. Phil?
Well, just like Dr. Phil, I can grow a great mustache.
I've seen better mustaches made of mold on sandwiches you've left rotting away in your desk.
Oh, I still have a lot of things to do for Saturday's Earth Day services. Did you know we don't have any gardening equipment around here? Wait a minute, who cuts the lawn around here? Oh, well, it turns out that church hall hermit Benny cuts the grass, but he usually does it around midnight and with scissors.
That's not landscaping. That's borderline psycho killer behavior.
It's a good thing I have connections down at Lowe's. Oh, you see, 2 decades ago, I used to be the manager at Lowe's, but after a scab tried to murder me in the break room, I resigned from the job.
Wait, you worked at Lowe's? Well, it explains why you have all that energy and strength.
And just like a Lowe's employee, you clearly don't give a single about your job, Carol Ann. We need gardening equipment, not you reminiscing about when you gave color options to people in the paint section. Oh, well, I'm gonna get the equipment tomorrow, I promise. Patrick is free to drive me around tomorrow morning. And while you and Patrick are at it, you can pick up my lunch tomorrow. And don't forget the side of sauce, because I like my food wet.
You like a lot of things wet, don't you?
You know I do.
All right, we came to an agreement for the tree planting.
All it took was a nice blunt.
Oh, good. I think being blunt is a good negotiation strategy. Carol Ann, they weren't straight to the point in their negotiation. They smoked a blunt of marijuana.
To be fair, I was blunt.
You didn't touch the weed, Alice. You just said bad juju.
No, I mean blunt as in honesty.
Honesty? Is that some new weed tea?
See, I knew making you work together was a good idea.
Is it as good as an idea of your idea for using colored paper clips?
Since the color coding system, neither Pastor Jamie or Elijah has complained to me that they can't find where their things are. My color coding system works, bitch.
Don't brag about color, you harlot. I'm gay. I know all about color.
Liv shipped the tree to my place, so I'll bring it on Saturday.
A lot of responsibility for you, Chet. Are you sure?
I'm getting better at being responsible.
Didn't you just get suspended from school?
I was framed.
According to the footage of you tossing eggs from the roof, you weren't.
The good news is that Amazon ships pretty quickly, so we'll have the tree for Saturday.
Oh, well, I'm glad we have a tree that's being delivered by the Amazons. That means I won't have to carry a large tree. Carol, Ann, we ordered it from the organization Amazon, not through the Amazons, the mythological group of powerful warrior women. Oh, that's perfect. Trees can be so heavy, so you have to be powerful to carry them. I'm speechless.
Wow, that's a first time ever.
Keep it up, Liv, and I'm going to complain about you and text to my new boyfriend.
How goes dating a drug dealer?
I will have you know that Silver has given up drug dealing on my behalf. Silver says that I inspire him to not commit crime.
Weird. Usually people need drugs to deal with you.
Or people want to murder Jonathan when they're with him. Thank you so much for coming to my healthy habits class. Catherine, you lied to me! You told me we were going to see Saving Private Ryan at the theaters!
Oh, James, I'm worried about your health. You're almost 300 pounds.
I may be a little fat, but you're the fatso who wears a size 4.
I too was lied to. I was told that we were going to go to the strip club with all you can eat fried chicken strips at the bar.
Well, Socialist Dave made a delicious all-you-can-eat vegetable bar, so I got the all-you-can-eat part right.
Is every old woman in this church a liar?
I'm not a liar. Well, I didn't lie today. You told me earlier that you lied to Marcy about what time this session was.
Gladys, didn't you also lie about your weight on Socialist Dave's sign-in sheet?
And Gladys, you did call yourself beautiful today, and that seems like a lie, too.
You can all shove Socialist Dave's eggplant up your mouth.
Well, that's just vile, Gladys.
Denise, what do you mean? Socialist Dave has a collection of roasted eggplant over there on the snack table.
All right, everyone. I'm going to say a food, and I want the room to tell me whether or not the food in question is healthy or unhealthy. All right. Carrots.
Healthy.
Cherries. Healthy.
I don't like them.
A hamburger.
Healthy.
I tricked you like the 1% tricks the rest of us into thinking that our real issues stem from immigrants, race issues, and from our personal issues instead of the rich having all the money. See, a hamburger, it really isn't healthy. What in the devil's domain kind of declaration is that? A hamburger has everything. Meat, vegetable, fruit, dairy, bread. Well, carbs are the enemy, and a hamburger bun hits you on both sides with enemy fire. Enemy fire? Where?
James, please don't cause another scene again. You're the reason we can't go back to Cracker Barrel anymore.
Does everyone Go to Cracker Barrel without me? Yes.
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 The Germans and the Japanese hit us on both sides like that hamburger bun, and we didn't give up.
I have a better question. Socialist Dave, is it true that red meat isn't good for you? Unfortunately, Agnes, not all meat is equal. Let me compare meat to the politics of the contemporary world.
I can't believe your Hussies dragged me to this meeting.
Garfield, you need to be healthier. You'll have another heart attack.
Yeah, and this time, we won't be on top of you and able to quickly help you. I've done my time, and if that's how I'm going down, so be it.
But would eating a nice leafy green salad be that much of a problem?
There's only one leafy thing I like to eat.
Is he referring to...
pot. You know, reefer. That wacky tobacco. Pot. Reefer? They're good kush. Oh, I thought you meant Milo or leafy greens.
Do the two of you need a sex education class? Because I would not use leafy greens to describe my
Libaciousness. Anyway, I brought this blender so we can make some smoothies. Smoothies! Do I look like some simple mother on the go? Do I look like a metrosexual straight man who works out before going to my job in HR? Smoothies! Smoothies are a perfect way to combine all the things you need. Fruit, vegetables, protein, antioxidants. If I wanted to hang out with fruit all blended up together, I'd go to a gay bar and press myself up against the men there.
Yeah, and I already did that.
This healthy habits course is out of control. Who is in charge here? Oh, I'm in charge. Sorry, I went to go check in on the pizza bagels I'm making in the kitchen.
Pizza bagels? Those don't sound healthy at all.
Oh, well, the bagel is made out of cauliflower. It's a regular Sophie's Choice around here. Either it tastes really good or it's healthy. I had to make a few Sophie's Choice in the war.
What? James, you never told me that.
Well, there were two Sophies and I didn't know which one I should get with.
I'd rather die than eat Carol Ann's cauliflower.
Oh dear, I'm married. Carol Ann, where is Elijah and where is the pastor? Oh, they both went out of town to go to a class about, how to be better at their jobs.
Is the ice cream great, baby?
Absolutely. I'm so glad I skipped the healthy habits course so that I could have ice cream and cuddle up next to you.
Hey, once in a while you gotta be a little unhealthy, right?
Just don't tell that to a few of my parishioners or they'll gorge themselves on fried chicken for the rest of their lives.
I'm practicing for the singing competition. Oh, I was a bit flat. Let me take it from the top. James and Garfield, one more outrage from either of you and I'll use my power as the president of SCONE to ask you to leave. Agnes, I'm sorry, are you my lieutenant? Because I don't think your name is Lieutenant Biggie Balls. I'll call Troy, the SCONE security guard, to escort you out of here, James. Oh yeah? Do it. I dare you. Do it, Agnes. Do it! Nobody dares me and gets away with it.
Troy's out this week. He's at that toe and feet fetish and kink convention.
That security guard Troy is worthless. Why can't we fire him?
I think because he'd sue for discrimination.
Discrimination? For what?
Oh, for kink shaming.
I guess that does make sense. Yes. I love kinks myself, actually. Okay. Alright, let's get on track and make a smoothie, a privileged dish that everyone should be able to afford, but due to the prices of fruit...
Everyone, thank you for coming to SCONE's Earth Day Volunteer Day. Everyone should have their partners, supplies, and assignments, so go get them, everyone.
I can't believe I'm paired up with you, Ricky. I'm quite upset with you.
I'm sorry, Annabelle, but I couldn't say no to that math meet.
But you promised to help me sing at the fish fry, and you left me to sizzle in that fish fry pan all alone.
I didn't really promise. I said I'd try.
Oh, Ricky, why can't you just apologize to me?
Why can't you realize that the world doesn't revolve around you, Annabelle? Make sure to keep telling Annabelle that. She seems to forget. God, she thinks she's brighter than the sun. Barely brighter than a mud pit.
Do you really think I'm that selfish?
I mean, I've always supported you, Annabelle. Why can't you support me?
I do support you.
Then just show it a bit more, okay, Annabelle?
All right. I'll show it more.
Marcy, I grabbed us these hand trash picker-uppers. The only trash I pick up with my hands is men, apparently.
Jean Blue, men are truly garbage. I remember one time when I was doing backup for the Trans-Siberian Orchestra, they refused to play my song Dog and His Master off Marcy Playground's debut album, Marcy Playground.
Why didn't they play your music?
Apparently, the song wasn't Christmassy enough for the Trans-Siberian Orchestra. So I said sayonara and went on tour with Seal, a much stronger option. I mean, who do they think they are? All they do is play instruments. My voice is the true instrument, and they would be lucky to have me.
It's weird. Even picking up the cigarette butt makes me think of my ex-husband.
I had a terrible addiction to smoking in the summer of 1995. That was before we formed the band. I was working at the Gap. Just quite a dark time.
Do you ever wonder what gets you to your rock bottom?
Why, Jean Blue, don't be blue. Your life isn't over because your navy-collared-hearted husband jumped off the ship into the Caribbean green waters. Discard that ex-husband like a pair of tattered blue jeans and keep it moving.
Do you think I'm strong enough to be someone new?
One time, John Wozniak, a co-founder of Marcy Playground, told me this. Marcy, I need you to shut the f*** up and then begin again.
Begin again. What a lovely ideal. That might have to be my new motto.
Oh, yikes. Be careful with tattoos, Jean. A lot of people in the music industry have terrible tattoos. Like Stevie Nicks' bassist.
Jean, please tell me that you've been doing work and not acting like a Yankee hippie.
Don't worry, Mom. I'm collecting these blue bags of trash.
Well, if you're collecting trash, let me know if you need help hauling Denise into the garbage bin.
That's quite funny, Agnes. You'll have to let me know which mortician did your makeup this morning.
While we're at it, Denise, how did your eye exam go? Did the doctor see what a big slut you are before giving you those giant granny glasses?
Nah, I think Denise might have accidentally blinded the eye doctor.
I don't have time for this. I have to make sure Garfield isn't eating all that meat that pagan Ginger brought.
Oh, dear. Garfield left.
He left?
Barbara, I swear. Are you smoking bath salts again? I still can't step into Lush following your last outburst. And where else am I going to get overpriced, crumbly, object-filled soaps?
Oh, I swear, Denise. Ask your niece Elise about Garfield's fleeings. Garfield was like a Swiss time piece with grease and pieced out of here like the police in San Francisco.
Barbara, I seriously think you have increased your gripsis on Vietnamese drug pieces.
Antonice, do you hear what they just said? It's exactly why I don't come here.
I did hear that Garfield left. Can anyone besides Agnes confirm this?
Antonice.
Oh, I saw Garfield jet away, Denise.
Well, thank you for that piece of press release information, Maurice.
What is going on over here? I see a lot of chattering and not a lot of picking up littering.
Garfield ran away and we need to find him. He's not supposed to be driving right now with his cataracts.
Wow. At least I took him to the doctors. Didn't help him much, but damn, you make me look like a saint, Denise.
I don't like the idea of Garfield on the road. Last time Garfield drove, he definitely hit something, and we still aren't sure what he hit.
Gladys, Denise, we'll take my car.
He probably went somewhere unhealthy. And I think I know where.
Where do you think he went?
Pastor Jamie, why couldn't I stay in the car and play Christian rap music? I don't even like thinking about strip clubs, let alone visiting strip clubs.
We need all hands on deck. Gladys is quite confident that Garfield would come here.
Who in the world would come to the chicken strips and strippers, all-you-can-eat fried chicken and dancery?
Don't look at me. I've only been here 20 times or so.
There's Garfield. He's over there by the all-you-can-eat ranch bar.
Oh dear, I don't know if I can handle that. I went to rehab for ranch.
You went to rehab for ranch dressing? Did you dump it on too many side salads or something?
Oh, ranch dressing. I thought she said ranch, slang term for, heroin.
Pastor Jamie, you were addicted to heroin?
It was when I was in charge of AA in a small part of France. I thought it was medication.
Garfield, why did you run away?
I'm sick and tired of all you complaining about me and what I eat. I complain about you and what you eat all the time, and you never ran away. Well, this time, it's too much. I've lived on this planet for decades, and I've eaten whatever I wanted. And nobody said anything. But now, all you hussies want me to shove carrots and celery down my throat. I don't like things being shoved down my throat. Not since the war.
Pastor, if Jonathan was here, you'd probably say something like, "Sounds like my last Friday night."
Oh, and Liv would say that again into this microphone so I have evidence to show my lawyer that this workplace is sexual harassment central.
Garfield, we all care about you. That's why we're nagging. We want you to be healthy and live as long as possible.
You big dummy, you think anyone likes kale?
Oh, I love a nice kale salad.
Do you think people love digging into some beets?
Oh, I like my beets shredded and unseasoned.
Do you think people are clamoring for broccoli?
Oh, I love some broccoli.
Oh, steamed or broiled?
See, these two weirdos love all that, but us normal people don't. It's just hard eating healthy, Gladys. I don't like it.
And I don't like shaving, but I do it anyway.
You have no choice, Denise. Neanderthals are naturally hairy. I don't like to eat my salmon with the skin.
Oh, I don't see any salmon on the buffet table.
Garfield, if we promise to stop being super aggressive, will you come watch this tree planting thing with us?
If you come watch the church plant the tree, I'll make sure we stop for ice cream.
Well, it better not be no McDonald's ice cream. That stuff is just frozen sugar in a bag.
Ricky, I've seen better gardening from someone who accidentally dropped that salad on the ground and called that a garden.
Well, it's hard to work, Annabelle, when I am with someone who complains about everything.
But I only complained about the weather, temperature, humidity, the hard work, and this whole Earth Day volunteer day.
Well, it looks like the church's own Hall & Oates might be breaking up the band.
Marcy, don't you have a talent agent to stalk?
May I remind you, I got a slap on the wrist by the judicial system the last time I did that.
Marcy's been doing a great job today. We cleaned up a lot of trash.
Does that include a Marcy Playground CD collection?
I could sell my Marcy Playground CD collection for $10 on eBay. Do you even have $10, Ricky? Do you even know how to count to 10, Ricky?
I will have you know I can count to 100 and then multiply that by 7. So, yeah.
I'll give you $10 if you stop talking to us.
Wow, Marcy, you're right. The children in this church are absolutely despicable.
Marcy's the disciple one.
Marcy is a disciple. Marcy truly lives her life like Jesus Christ, him or herself.
Marcy is not a disciple, and if Marcy was, she's Judas at best.
Well, Judas was apparently a legendary performer back then.
Judas is as infamous as you, Marcy.
Everyone please gather around the large hole in the ground. Gather around, don't step in the hole. It's really hard when you have a boyfriend who really gets the hole.
Jonathan, for the sake of the earth and its one day, don't finish that sentence.
Will Chet, Pagan Ginger, Justin, Justine, and Alice bring forth the tree we are planting? Oh, there's no tree.
What?
No, let's try that again. Elijah, I think what you needed to be was just a bit higher. Like, what?
What?
Chet, you told me you guys ordered a tree and that you shipped it to your house.
Oh, see, that's the problem. We ordered 4 seeds, not 1 tree.
But I asked you to order a tree.
And better, I suppose.
But see, we each have a seed: an oak tree, a Japanese maple, a willow, and a rowan tree.
We did decide not to grab a marijuana seed.
So instead of planting a tree, we're going to plant seeds?
I haven't been this underwhelmed since the 2004 presidential election.
Well, hopefully we had a good Earth Day.
Are you saying I promised to come back to plant 4 seeds? I should have just stayed at the strip club. You're right. At least I could have some fried chicken with all that club's fish.
Non-Denominational Season 2 was executively written and produced by Matt Rebar and Blaze Pratt. Leave a 5-star rating and a comment rating if possible. Non-Denominational Sitcom Podcast was co-created by Matthew Rebar, Blaze Pratt, Karen Adams, and Kelsey Shago. Music and sound effects collected from freesound.org, audionautics.com, and some originals by Matthew Rebar. Thank you to our regular cast of voices this season, which included Karen Jones, Annalise Rebar, Paul Laux, Jessica Lockhart, Emily Terry, Reggie Pratt, Joanna Malson, Julia Adams, Amy Adams, Kyle Pratt, Andy McGee, Jordan Ewell, Michelle Morgan, Maria Cross, Dennis Baker, River Onwundinjo, John Toth, Scott Terranova, and others who contributed. Check out the website for more information at www.nondenominationalpodcasts.weebly.com or check us out on Instagram at nondenominational SCONE. Until next time.